Hello, friends. Last time we saw the types of research, and we'll continue this. So we started the classification of research based on the purpose. Whether our purpose is only to search the knowledge, or it is for some application. Okay, it is for some application. Okay, so if our purpose is only to search the knowledge, then it is called as theoretical knowledge. Okay, we don't know whether it will be useful today or tomorrow. Okay, that is the theoretical research. Then we'll move to the applied research. So applied research, we are interested to search the knowledge which will be directly applicable. Like we study the new material invented or its property. Once we know property, we can decide the application. Okay. So industries are interested in the applied research, but universities and research institute are interested in the what is called as theoretical research. Okay. So we already seen applied research, like we have discovered in medicine, and we want to see the efficacy of that medicine for a particular person. Like here, example given is to lower the cholesterol for the person. Then maybe next is to creating the algorithm to create the image recognition. We know image recognition is used to identify the person. Okay, to identify the person. Okay. Next is to find the method to obtain the pure water from seawater. Okay. We know the seawater we cannot drink directly because it is salty. It may create the dehydration. Okay. This classification was according to the purpose. Then we'll see the research. According to that, the shallow depth research is called as exploratory. So it is not in depth, and generally it is done when we are new to the field. Okay, so here we don't know the theories because we are new and we are not theoretically good. But what we do is we do it based on what facts available, data available. Okay, so we just want to understand the phenomenon based on the data. That is called as exploratory. The research is called as what? Exploratory. The research is called as what? Exploratory. When it comes to next research, so it is little bit deeper in that sense. That is descriptive research. So in the descriptive research, what we do is we describe the thing. Okay. Particular phenomenon, like what is purchase behavior of person in particular shopping mall, or man or a woman. Okay. So that we check. Okay. But we don't check in descriptive research why this is happening. Okay. So it is deeper than earlier exploratory research. We just want to describe what is happening rather than telling why it is happening. Okay. Then next research, it is explanatory research. So it is further deeper as compared to the previous research. Okay, that is descriptive research. Here we try to explain, suppose, why the men are purchasing particular product, why the women are purchasing particular product, what is the reason. So that explanation we want to get. So that is called as explanatory research. That is called as what? Explanatory research. Okay. Like why particular student get good marks in the first semester of any degree, why they don't get good marks in the second semester of the particular degree. Okay, so because we know that first sem they are more serious about the study. Okay, they are even scared about whether they can sustain the degree or they have to go back. Okay, so that's why we can say it is called as explanatory. So depth is further increased. Depth is further increased. Okay, depth is further increased. And now we'll go to further depth. So correlation research. In the correlation research, our purpose is to find the relation between the two or three variable. If particular variable is varied, how the other variables are changing. So amount is also important here. Like in earlier explanatory research, we said that why it is happening. So their amount is not important. Okay, it is only telling the relation, but it is not quantify. Suppose if I increase parameter A by 10%, what is the effect on the parameter B? So that is coming under the correlation research. So it is a much deeper as compared to earlier research. Okay, are you getting all this? So you carefully give the examples. Scientists may be interested to find that why public sector people take their car to repair less as compared to the private sector employees. What is the reason? Okay, so that is the correlation research. Please understand, all these research methods goes in the what is called as quantitative research. Okay, all these four methods are also the part of the quantitative research. Now, what is our purpose here now is to see whether the data is quantitative or qualitative. So we'll classify research based on the numbers, whether we are dealing with the numbers or not. So we classify research according to the type of the data. Now we'll see the two types, qualitative research and quantitative. So many students are asking why we want to run quantitative analysis. Because it is needed, please understand. Research methodology is a separate subject. It is not related to any branch or specialization. It is a subject all should learn, okay? So as I mentioned earlier, nature follows the rule. Please understand, nature follows the rule. And this rule we can find out. But how to express these rules? So base way is one tool called as mathematics. So many students are cared about mathematics. The person who are not dealing with the mathematics for a long period, they are most scared about this.
And now find out but the time complexity for
we cannot skip this. We cannot skip this. Okay, so some amount of the mathematics we are seeing, and there will be less amount, maybe 18% of the mathematics in the paper, or mostly it will be theory, final paper. Okay, but for assignment where you can discuss with your friend, you can understand and then complete. Okay, Now I'll move to the qualitative research. As we know, that in the humanity, arts, history, this is we use qualitative analysis. Okay, but engineering, science, yes, we can also use qualitative analysis. Mostly they use the quantitative analysis. But we cannot say that we have to only use qualitative. You can use qualitative as well as quantitative analysis or research. So let us understand what is qualitative research. So we like quantitative analysis. In qualitative analysis, we don't deal with numbers. So we don't deal with the what? Numerical data or the numbers. Okay. So what we deal with? So generally we deal with the participants or respondents' experiences. So experiences are generally expressed in the words, not in the numbers. Participants or respondents' perception about particular phenomenon. Then participants' behavior. Like I will take one example. Like suppose during the exam period, students are not able to sleep properly. It is expected that students should have 8 hours sound sleep per day. But in emergency like exams, passing is more important and study is more important. So they don't bother about the amount of the sleep. And our interest may be to see what is the effect of this less amount of sleep on the emotion of student. Okay. So it answers how and why. So our interest is not the numbers. Our interest is how it is happening, why it is happening, rather than how many, how much. Okay. So numbers we are not interested, but we are interested the answers in the verbal form, like how, why. Okay. So student will ask whether we should go for only one analysis or research. So I will suggest, if it's possible, you can go both. Okay. You go for quantitative analysis as well as qualitative analysis. Okay. Both are sometimes required. Sometimes one will be enough. So let us see. When we collect the data, from the students or participants, so the answers are not number. Okay. The answers are open-ended. So like, how you feel? The answer can be, I feel good, I feel bad. I will say, I can't say. Or I can give any long statement. Okay. So you don't know the answer in prior. Okay. So the answer is not fixed. And that's why, as the answer is not fixed, please understand, any qualitative research we can convert to quantitative. Okay. But whether the method used is proper, whether we can know all the types of answer, if you take multiple choice responses, from respondent. In that case, you can quantify. But it's an open-ended answer. They can write the script text. How was their experience? They will say good, bad, don't know, can't explain, next time. Or this experience was very good, but this should be added, that should be added, like this. Okay, so answer is not fixed. Okay, it is an open-ended question. It is an open-ended answer, we can say. Question is open-ended, its answer is open-ended. Now, so it asks why and how. So answer of how and why cannot be number. Okay. So advantages of you can say qualitative research is ability to explain the processes, patterns of human behavior. Okay. So it can explain the various processes of human behavior, pattern of human behavior, which are not which are sometimes difficult to quantify. Please understand, not always, but many times it is difficult to quantify. Okay. So in that case, when we want to learn human behavior, whether it is we go for marketing research, we go for psychology, we go for history. So in that case, we go for arts. Okay. So in that case, quantitative research is very, very important. As I mentioned earlier, yes, we can quantify anything. Just I gave the hint to you. If you make the answers in the option form, okay, multiple choice. So there they can answer yes, no, can't say, can't explain, like that. Okay, so we can quantify. Okay, to some extent, less extent, like that. Okay, so it is possible to quantify. Okay, but what happens when we quantify? So what meaning it gives, that we are doubtful. Okay, like if I say the example that I will give, okay, can quantify that. In that case, I will explain. Okay, so in the core or at the center of qualitative data or research is to search for themes or pattern that are difficult to quantify. Okay, so as a maintenance, not every time I can quantify. So that time you can use the qualitative analysis, qualitative research. Okay, and suppose we want to convert qualitative analysis into quantitative analysis, we have to be careful that so we not lose the context and narration of that particular work. Okay, so meaning should not get changed. Okay, and then next, while qualitative and quantitative approaches are different. Okay, some people say that they are opposite, but I will say they are different. Okay, next slide. In quantitative analysis, like I've taken from some different reference, they say they are opposite, but according to me, quantitative and qualitative are neither opposite nor parallel. We can say they are complement to each other. Okay, they are complement to each other. Okay, now we'll see the example. Already I explained. Now, we have to see the effect on the mood. If the student is having the less amount of sound sleep, how its behavior changes, whether he becomes aggressive, his attention changes, like this. All these things we need to mention in the qualitative analysis. So this example we cannot do with the quantitative analysis. Okay, so very good example.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
But we can quantify it provided if we take samples of such people who are having effect of less sleep and whether they are aggressive or with no sleep, they are not aggressive.
Yeah, I have already mentioned that each qualitative data we can convert to quantitative. Okay, only thing is that its context and meaning should not change. Okay,
Change.
like if I say it is aggressive, there is a effect on the concentration, it becomes calm,
Yes.
and like that. Okay, if you give the multiple choice, then we can quantify that. Okay, but whether if I give the marks 10 to the aggressive, if I give the concentration is less 4 marks, what is the meaning of that number? Okay, so it don't give any meaning. Please understand. Okay. Like he is aggressive, suppose I give 10 marks. If he is not able to concentrate, 4 marks. But what is the relation? We cannot find the relation. Okay. So every time it may not be successful, but maybe sometime it may be successful. Okay. Now in qualitative approaches, we allow participants to tell us how, what. So we have to ask a few questions like how, why, what they were thinking, feeling, and experiencing at certain time or during that particular event. Suppose all of a sudden you are traveling through the bus. Okay. When we started traveling through the bus was empty and you sit on the reserved seat for the ladies. You are gents. Okay. First assumption, you are gents and you sit on the ladies' seat. And after passing the 2-3 bus stops, then number of you can say passenger increases, and one lady comes to you and tells that you leave the seat because it is reserved for ladies. Then we can ask what was their feeling, how they were feeling, and what were exactly experience they got at that particular moment. Even though the person is in the favors of, so we can say, equality, gender equality, what was his opinion? Okay. So this we cannot quantify. Okay. So that was the qualitative research. Okay. Mostly arts, history, then we can say arts, history, and maybe other management. They can have management is having both research, qualitative as well as quantitative. Okay. So we'll move to the quantitative research. Please understand, quantitative research is used in the science, engineering, management. For management, both researches are used, like biology, chemistry, psychology, economics, okay, sociology, marketing. So it is not, we cannot limit any branch. So many students are asking that I am from fine arts, I am from law. Okay. So when we learn research methodology, we have to learn all the book of Professor Kothari. Okay. But we'll limit few topics only we'll take from the mathematics. Okay. We'll take few topics, mathematical topic from the Kothari, not all. Okay. And we'll have less scope for mathematics in final exam. Okay. So we can balance both. quantitative and qualitative analysis. Now we'll go for quantitative research. So please understand, in both qualitative as well as quantitative research, we need to collect the data and analyze. But only difference is that mostly in quantitative analysis, we deal with numbers. We deal with what? Numbers. That is the quantitative analysis. Okay. So we collect the data and we analyze. Same thing is that we do collect the data in qualitative analysis, but the only thing is that in the qualitative, it is only why and how. The answer of this question, what? Okay. The answer is not in the numbers. So what we do in the quantitative analysis, like we are seeing in the statistics, okay? So statistics is a tool mostly we use for doing the analysis of numbers. So generally, if you take the case of class, in the class, our interest may be what is the average or mean of the numbers. Like there is the top subject, mathematics. What is the mean of the marks? Okay, average mark. But we have to also see what is the standard deviation. How much is the deviation from this mean? Okay. So if there is more deviation, means what? The class maybe not run properly or student were not regular. Okay. Then we find averages, we find the patterns, we predict something. Okay, maybe we predict the average, maybe predict the deviation. Okay, then we may find a relationship between the variables. We may find the equation. Please understand, many of the science and engineering research, we want to find the equation. Every time we will not handle the data. So we want to find the base relation between the data. So we have already taken this assignment, how to find the base relation. Okay, so we find the base relation and then you put in your paper. Therefore, this phenomenon, the relation between this and this variable can be expressed with this equation. Can be expressed with this equation. Okay. So as I mentioned, I have taken qualitative and quantitative research from different materials or different references. So people sometimes say it is opposite. Qualitative and quantitative analysis, but what I say, they are not neither opposite nor we can say similar, but they are complement to each other. Okay, they are complement to each other. So in quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis, we collect the non-number data. So it may be interview data, it may be the text, it may be the video, it may be the audio. Okay. So as I mentioned, quantitative analysis is majorly used in engineering, sciences, economics, management, even they use in psychology, sociology, okay, marketing, that is management. Okay. So quantitative analysis tells a lot of things. Okay. So when we deal with the quantitative analysis, we have to also learn how to interpret the data. How to interpret the data, what is its implication, Okay. Okay. So it is, I will not tell that you cannot use qualitative analysis for science and engineering or marketing, but we can use along with quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis to further improve the understanding. Okay. So like I will give the example why particular mean. Suppose you take the example of class marks. Why mean is low? The quantitative analysis will only give the mean and standard deviation. But then we have to do analysis. Suppose there are 5 subjects, why particular subject is having less mean. Why it is having more standard deviation? That we have to understand, and we can do this way. We can go for qualitative analysis. Okay. So I'm not restricting you if you are from science and engineering only to the quantitative analysis, but if you better, if you see that qualitative analysis can further enhance your understanding, you can use along with quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis. Okay. Now we'll see the few examples. So our interest may be to see how the average temperature changed globally over the last century. That may be our interest. Okay. So average temperature of each country, how it is changing over the last century. Okay. Over the last century, why it is changing. Then our interest may be to find whether pollution, environmental pollution is affecting and the prevalence of honeybees. Okay, whether it is affecting prevalence of honeybees, the presence of honeybees. Next comes, does environmental pollution, okay, so we'll move to the from honeybees. We'll move to the next example. And does working from the home increases productivity for the people we commute, they're traveling from the long distance? Okay. So whether we can provide option to the person traveling from long distance as a work from home. Okay. So whether it is increasing their productivity. So these are the quantitative examples of quantitative research. Can anyone give one more example for qualitative research? One more example for qualitative research. Okay. Can anyone give the example for qualitative research? Yes.
People sleeping while traveling in a train. So we don't know exactly what is the reason why they are sleeping. One person is yawning, so rest of the people also start yawning. So whether there is a correlation between the two is not known. So it is a guess.
Okay, so we can ask their experiences and then
Yes.
we can conclude. So that can be your qualitative research. Okay. So this is one example. Can anyone give further any example? I shall stop here. So please understand, you take your time for completing the assignment, but should be complete in all respects so that you will not lose any marks. And there should not be exactly similarity between the answers. Okay. Similarity should be less than 50%. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm not sure, but one another can be if we are experimenting with materials.
Hmm.
so to understand the quality of material, so can that go under the qualitative research?
Yeah, I will also take one example about qualitative. Okay, so that we can
Yeah.
ask in the examples. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I'll stop here. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.